So in this video we're going to be testing out the Firebox cast iron dishes. I made a video on them about a week and a half ago. I just finished seasoning them last night, so now I'm out today. I'm going to find a nice little spot in this woodland to test out cooking on them, on the skillets. We do have steak, onions, garlic and tomatoes, and as you can tell the rain is just starting to slow down. It's been horrendous all day and yesterday, so I'm not going to be messing around trying to find dry wood because I know that's not going to happen. So I did bring out some kindle here. This is like a trial run to see how it goes, and then when I do my camping for winter time we use these cast iron dishes. We just have a better idea how they're working, and with the temperature, you've got to obviously monitor the temperature to what you're cooking, haven't you? If you're going to be cooking meat, you want it quite warm. If you're going to be cooking like eggs or stuff like that, you don't want it as warm. So it is a bit of a trial run just to see how it goes with the heat control as well. But I'm glad to be back out in this little bit of woodland. Not sorted it out yet, but there's no one around, so let's get on doing this video. So I am using this small camping table to put the equipment on. I'm doing it for a reason, because one time I'd never think about even using the table with my firebox. If I can get that off anyway. See if I can open it. There we go, it releases it like that. Yeah, with the firebox, because the amount of heat, what would have happened is it probably would have started, you know, burning off the paint on the table. But with these cast iron dishes, what you can do is use one as a platform. Don't matter which one you use either. You can use it as a platform so it keeps the stove heat away from the bottom of the table. Sorry. I'm not going to be using the cast iron one today for cooking. I'm just going to turn that chime off my phone. So this is the cast iron one. It's the bigger, it's deeper. You can do casseroles, chicken, all what you want to make in there, you know, when you have like gravy or sauce and stuff. So I'm just going to be turning that one upside down like that. And then what that allows is for my stove to fit in place like that. You can do it with the smaller ones as well, the smaller skillets, if you really want to do. There's no difference. It's just, the other one's just deeper with it. You can see the deepness level there, can't you? It's about 2 times as deep as that, 2 and a bit times. So you can use that one as well, in case you don't want to carry the big heavy casserole dish around with you. So it does weigh a bit of weight behind it really, but that's why I want to bring the table to show. But you can use this on a tabletop now and you won't damage the wood surface or anything like that. So what I'm going to be doing is I am just going to start filling the stove up, not too much, just filling it up with some of this dried wood. Like I say, everything's wet through today, so it'll end up causing a lot of smoke and everything, and it just becomes horrible like that, doesn't it? If it's a campfire it's not too bad, but when we're just going to be cooking on them, I'd rather have it like this. And then what you can do then is, when the fire's going, you can put your skillet on top of there, either upside down like that. So if you want to make an omelette or pancakes, you're going to get the firebox right in it, and then obviously the shape of the grooves on top. Or what you can do is just turn it round again and keep it like that, and then airflow comes in from the sides or the air vent holes on it, and then this will get nice and warm. You can do all your cooking in there, and just say if you want to protect it, all you do just stick another one on top and lock it in place like that, so you could have something cooking away nice in there, a bit of steak or something like that. So I got 2 extra of the bottom ones. It's the 5-way cook set. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then your handles make 5. So if I don't want to bring the thick heavy cast iron one out, I can just bring the smaller one out, use that as a stand, then another small one, choose it as the top. So I've lit the fire. I need that to die down really. I don't want the flames to be that high. So when it all starts burning away and settling down at the bottom, we'll stick a few of the smaller pieces on, and then we'll start adding the dinner, and then we'll start cooking steak for the first time on these skillets. Like I said earlier, I am looking forward to using this when I'm camping in the winter time. There's no better when you're camping and you're cold and having a nice warm meal inside here, whilst you've got a bit of heat as well to warm your hands up. And this is what all this is going to do. I can use the cast iron bigger one, the casserole one, on top, make a nice stew in there or something. But we can experiment, and that is one thing I will be doing. I won't just do videos like this when I'm camping. If I find things to cook, we'll just come and do videos like this as well. Bring a bit of cooking back to the channel. I am looking forward to it. Every time I see something new like this, it sort of gives that sparkle. Let's get out and get something done. Like I say, first time, steak, onions and garlic with tomatoes. We'll be cooking that very, very soon. I was just thinking, is there anything that you'd like me to try to cook on this stove with these cast iron dishes? Do let me know in the comments below, and if you're interested in seeing things that I do cook, please do consider hitting that subscribe button. Like I've said quite a lot now, hot tent camping's coming back round soon, so we get a stove inside the hot tent and we can cook nice meals on there. But I am, like I said, going to do a lot of winter camping using these skillets and the cast iron dish. I'm just going to see what we can and can't cook. If it goes wrong, it goes wrong, I'll be honest. But I can't see it going wrong as long as I control the heat within the stove. The problem is now, everything's just going to be wet, and it's going to cost not going to cost anything. It's going to cause naught but smoke, because we are heading back into winter, well, autumn time very soon, aren't we? And over in the UK, that just means rain. But do comment below and let me know. I had to season these for 4 hours in this cooker thing last night. 4 hours. Right, so I'm gonna put my cast iron one on top now. Nice and simple if you get the handles. And what we need to do, just let that warm up, and then we'll add the meat. Right, first time ever, let's do the steak. Oh yes. It's stuck on there a little bit, hasn't it? There we go. Oh, that's going to be good, people. Heard a sizzle there. That is a beautiful piece of steak. And then we do have some onions. I'm just going to turn the steak first. Get that turned over. I do like these handles. Should have put a little bit of oil on it, I reckon. But live and learn. Oh, there we go, look at that. Then we'll add the rest of the stuff to it as well. Garlic, let's get that garlic on, just for that flavour. A few tomatoes here and there. Tell you what, we're just going to stick it all on. There we go. And then we're just going to control the heat of the fire and let that cook for a bit. So what I've been doing is small little pieces like that. I've just been throwing them in. Let's take it from there. Just to give it a little bit more heat, because it did drop off. And hopefully that'll cook perfectly nice with the steak and everything on the inside. I think next time I'll bring a little bit of oil. I do feel like I've got a lot to learn about this. A lot to learn. Even though it's probably quite simple. I won't say it's simple, because I think it is hard to control the amount of heat that you're going to need. So it's hard to grab things with these tongs. Ouch! Get that garlic on top there, add the flavour to it. But yeah, I think I do have to learn. And I think that's the good thing about getting out and just giving it a try. It's like the saying that I use, innit? Be that person. Unless you get up and get outdoors, you're never going to know. First time using them, it's cooking. That's a fact. It's doing what it needs to do, and it is doing what the Firebox website and their YouTube channel says. It's actually doing what I want it to do. Yeah, you know, it is raining. We're under a lot of trees, so we're getting a bit of cover here. It is raining, got a bit of wind in air, but I'm out doing it, you know, being that person. It's what we all should do. We could sit there and go, oh, that looks nice, that looks good. But unless you're out doing it yourself, you're never going to feel the... I can't think what you call it. You feel the... I bet someone's saying it to the thing now, to TV. The satisfaction of doing it. That's the best way I could explain it, really. I just want to add a little bit more wood, but no, you know, too big. Just small, thin pieces like this. I'd hate to try to do this with wet wood. I think that would be a bit of a nightmare. But yeah, just get out and be that person. Give it a try. Right, so I'm just going to put a bit of seasoning on my steak now. Look at that. We've got juices everywhere. Everything is just like soaking up in the steak juice now. We've got the tomatoes popping, so we've got a bit of juice coming out of them. Everything looks really nice there, doesn't it? I'm just trying to get it all in the centre. Now we can stick the steak on top of it. And then I'm gonna have to get myself some better tongs. And we can add a little bit of salt. And some pepper. There we go. I just want to turn it over again to put a bit of salt on the next side. I'll add a little bit of pepper. I'm not going to put salt on both sides. There we go. And then we'll stick the lid back on and leave that for a couple of more minutes. Right, everything's definitely cooked. I'm just going to take the whole thing off the stove like this and put that on the floor, and then I'm hoping I can use these to somehow take the firebox off as well, like that. Stick that out where, let that die down. The cast iron casserole dish isn't hot at all, so it did really work by protecting the tray. And I'm going to put the dinner on here like so. We'll take a look at that. That is dinner served. Does that not look good? Not bad for the first attempt. There's one thing that I am going to say is I feel like I've just winged it this time, because it's not exactly an hard meal to cook, is it? Putting steak on a hot tray, let's say, and cooking it like that. The truth in the pudding is going to be cooking bread or like a stew. Something that's going to take a lot longer. We've got to have a lot more persistent heat over a long period of time. I'm no professional. I'm just doing it the way I did it, and I think it worked out very well. Myself, I've just been that person. Now I'm not cutting this meat on the cast iron dish itself. I've put it on the onion and cutting it that way. But the inside of the meat is neither pink or overdone. It's just somewhere in the centre. Wow. If I can honestly say, it's definitely worth doing. Eating steak and onion in the woodland, what more could anybody ask for? Let's try a bit of tomato with it. These are going to be fantastic to use over the winter time. Even in summertime. I'm not saying it's just for winter cooking. You can still use them at summertime if you want. I'm desperately trying not to cook that on the cast iron. It's done that nice, it's just pulling apart. Wow, that was fantastic. Beautiful piece of steak in the woodland in these new cast iron dishes from Firebox. A brilliant, brilliant birthday present there. Yeah. The thing with cast iron is, what I've learned is you've always got to keep them treated well. So you've got to season them quite often. And if you're going to be putting them away for a long period of time, you need to put some oil, vegetable oil or seasoning oil, and rub it in and just leave it. If you're seasoning them, you've got to put the oil on it and then put them in the cooker for a period of time. So yeah, there's a bit of work to do, and I think I may mess up now and again, and that's me just being honest. So I do have to sort of like keep on top of these. I really don't want them ruining. They're fantastic. They're going to be a nice addition to my camping equipment. Like I said, 1,010,000 times over the winter time plus summer. Next summer that will be now. But yeah, this was fantastic. I really enjoyed this. Simple, easy, and it works fine. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more, you can please do subscribe here. Help me to get to that 100,000 very soon, that's subscribers. Please view this video up here. I'll put a video of the Firebox stove up here just in case you've not seen it before, and you can see all things you can and can't do with it. But for now, I'm going to get packed up and I'm going to get off home. Thank you very much for watching.